Welcome to Unbiased. I'm your humble host, Will. I'm back at you with another video. Before I get into this video, can you please like, share, subscribe to the channel? I'm a new platform. I'm trying to grow. All right, and you can also comment below. You know what I mean? As long as your comment is respectful, I will reply back. And let's get into the video. All right, so this video is about what was going on, with Trump and all that on the other side of the world, right? It's a mess. And it's affecting all of us. I did a video, I think, a couple of days ago. I was talking about this, and I got some new news on it and all that. And to me, it's just getting worse, right? I found out the Iranian leaders, uh, they had a meeting, and they putting bounties on the U.S. soldiers' heads. $30,000 for a U.S. soldier who's a male. That's how much money they paying out to execute, right? $60,000 for a female U.S. soldier. It's getting bad, man. It's getting bad. When they start dropping bounties on our head, man, this is crazy, bro. And this is a war that we ain't even supposed to be in. No American, well, as far as number wise, when I see they do these pollings, Fox did a polling, CNN doing a polling. It's the ice cream, man. I hear the music. Anyway, sorry about that. Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, they be doing polling, and in high numbers. None of the Americans, no matter what the race is, they're not approving of this war. So, now you got the bounties on our head, man. It's just crazy. Oman, the country. I told you before in my other video when I was speaking on this that they trying to talk to Iran directly because they want to squash the war. They want, because their country is hurting too. They want their product, their oil, gas, their food, whatever they're getting across the Strait of Hormuz, right? They hurting. They're trying to get that to go through. But because right now everything is shut down. Both straits are shut down, right? Because the Houthis got the other one and Iran got, the Hormuz shut down. So Oman is trying to talk, but Oman is they're ally to the United States. So Trump telling Oman, y'all need to stay out of it. Y'all keep talking to these folks, we're gonna bomb the shit out of you. That was his direct quotation. That's what he was saying. He said he will bomb the shit out of Oman. And I'm like, dang, this dude is ending all our friendships with these other countries. He wants us to get out of NATO. He's mad at them and these, NATO, mostly the European countries. They don't want to get involved in the war. They're taking their lumps too, just like everybody else, because they're not getting their stuff that they need from down there, oil, gas, whatever. They don't want to get involved. Trump mad at them, so he want us to leave NATO. He got mad at South Korea recently, because South Korea don't want to get involved. South Korea is like, they got bigger problems. You know what I'm saying? They watching the guys of North Korea. That's what they're watching. They ain't studying what's going on in Iran, even though I know they do study it because they get some product from over there too. But right now, that's not their agenda. They watching the guys up north. And Trump is talking to the North Korean prime minister. He talking to him. And they're not going to get involved either because they, like I said, they planning on trying to take over South Korea. So, it's a big mess. China, like I said, Trump went and talked to China. China had already said they ain't getting involved. They don't want nothing to do with it because China is trying to take over Taiwan. And they told Trump in his face, when he visited them, you do what you want to do with Iran, but we gonna do what we want to do out here in Taiwan. We ain't gonna get involved with your man. Don't get involved in that man. That's what the law that they brought out. So now Trump, to me, This is my thinking. And I think a lot of people's thinking like this right now. We're losing the war. We're absolutely losing the war. Trump saying we're winning the war. And then he said we won the war. Then he said we didn't took over the Strait of Hormuz. And people are watching the Strait of Hormuz and they know that's not the truth. So what's going to happen is whenever this is over, because I think they're going to try to find a way to get out of this. So we won't have to keep going to war with these people. What they're going to try to do is get out of this. And what's going to happen, it's going to hurt the economy even worse too. When they open up the Strait of Hormuz and the other, strait that I can't pronounce, the Houthis are going to get a tax. So every ship that comes through their streets, they're going to tax them, whatever price that they want to, tax them with. And the same thing is going to happen in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is going to tax every ship going in and out. They're going to tax you when you go in and out. And whatever the price is, I don't know what the price is. That's what they're going to make their price. And you're going to have to pay it. If you don't pay it, you're not going through. Because before all this happened, nobody had to pay no extra tax. So now people are going to have to pay taxes when they finally resolve this issue. We don't even know when they're going to resolve it, but I know that's what's going to happen because I've been hearing that's what's going to happen. And that's what the Iranians are talking about and what the Houthis are talking about. They're going to do some taxes. So Trump is doing all these tariffs. That's going to be their tariffs. You're going to buy their product, whatever product you're trying to get out of it, the gas, oil. I've been hearing fertilizers and stuff like that, right, that come out of those areas and other countries get. When they get that, they're going to pay a tax. They're going to pay it. They're going to have no other choice but to pay it. Because if they don't pay it, they're not going to get it. So, and Trump trying to take over, like he said, he want to take over, and people before we even went over there, people who was trained, who've been in the military for years, and know all about that area over there, who has been retired, said it's not that easy. It's not that easy to take over the Strait of Hormuz. Or even try to go over there and take their oil and gas. This is not that easy. And the way they set it up is it's almost damn impossible to take it over. Because if you do get over there to take over the oil, how you gonna get it out? That's what I heard. You might do your research, and I do voice my opinion to you do so. Look it up yourself, listen to videos of people who know all about that area over there. They're gonna tell you it's not that easy just to go over there and get that. But if you are successful, which we all believe our military is, you can get over there and get it, but how you gonna get it out? Because remember, Iran is a huge country. It's not a small country. It's not a small country at all. It's a big country. And, to me, as all those Muslim countries over there, they fight for what they believe in. It's not just their military, it's their citizens. Their citizens that get involved as well. And they're going to fight for their country because that's what they love. That's what they believe in. It's not going to be easy. So now, I think our country, we all believe, understand that this wasn't going to be an easy war. Yeah, you could keep bombing them from the sky all you want, but you still got to put feet on the ground to get over there and get what you want. Because that's basically what it's coming down to. We got to put boots on the ground. And they want to take their oil, they want to take their gas, they want to take whatever Iran, has. That's what the United States want to get. You got to put boots on the ground to get it. But it ain't guaranteed our soldiers going to make it out. That's the sad part. And that's why we don't even want to get involved in it. The citizens, the voters, we don't want our country getting involved in that because we didn't even, before all this happened, we didn't have no issue with Iran. Israel has the issue with Iran. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Nothing. If they got the issue with them, why they won't solve that issue? Well, Israel's busy because they taking on Gonzaga. They all in Lebanon. They fighting those wars. Those wars are still going on, and they trying to take more and more area over there. You know what I mean? But in the beginning, I'm gonna say this. In the beginning, I heard Trump also say that Iran was trying to make nukes, right? And their goal, this is what he said, their goal, Iran, goal was to take over the Middle East. From what I see, and I know y'all see the same thing. It seems like Israel is trying to take over the Middle East. That's the God honest truth. It seems like Israel is trying to take over the Middle East. And those people over there in Iran, they just react. They just reacting to it. I don't think they trying. If they are trying to take over, we haven't seen any proof of it. Because in the proof is in the pudding, right? We see Israel is taking over land. They're doing that right now. As of right now, they're doing it. So I don't like this. I don't like the boundaries being on our soldiers' head. Like I said, they shouldn't even be involved in this. It's a mess, man. But y'all voted for this man. Y'all voted this man in. I didn't vote for him. Uh, you know, didn't care to vote for him. I knew what the plan was. Um, and before Trump took office, and I think even before the election, they were still campaigning. I can't even remember the book, but it was a book. People kept saying that that's the book that Trump was gonna go off of. It had got exposed, got leaked, or whatever the case may be, and it was like Trump is gonna go by this book, and he's gonna push everything that's in this book out. And they kept saying, "Oh no!" And they asked Trump about it. He was like, "Oh, I have no idea what y'all talking about. I'm not doing that. I'm not affiliated with that and all that." I can't remember the book, but do your own research, and you'll be like, "It was right." But he tried to push himself away from it, and he's doing exactly with that book. He been doing it ever since he took over. He been doing it. All these different tariffs. He been changing the rules. All these executive orders. He made more executive orders than any other president ever. He's just been doing it, doing whatever he want to do. I mean, he got a little pushback, but it's not enough pushback. The Democrats will say this and say that, but they ain't doing too much, to stop Trump. You know, Trump just doing what he doing. And they saying it's a illegal war, but I ain't really been hearing anybody really trying to stop him from doing this illegal war. Uh, to me, I think the Democrats and Republicans ain't, in bed together. That's just my opinion. I'm an independent. I used to be a Democrat. I see what the Democrats have been pushing. I jumped out of it, didn't like it. I've been knowing how the Republicans get down, and I don't like them either. Uh, I got a lot of friends who turned over to Republicans, and they voted for them, and I'm looking at them. What y'all got to say now? Y'all voted for this, and they ain't got no words. They got no words. They don't like it either. Like I said, everything's gone up. We catching hell out here. I mean, it's bad. It's gotten bad, and it can only get worse. And in my other video, I was telling everybody about how everything to me is connected. I left out some stuff, and I forgot earthquakes. We've been having a lot of earthquakes, not just in the United States, because it's been out. We don't really have any earthquakes in the United States. It's been outside the United States. Earthquakes been happening, but you still got that going on, and all these storms going on. You got wildfires. But it was probably a little bit over a month. month and a half or something like that. New York, they had so much smoke because the wildfire was in Minnesota, if I'm correct. You know, everybody know about the one in California. Georgia, we had one in South Georgia. We had, you know, and that's not publicized either. People weren't talking about that. We had some wildfires in South Georgia, but in Minnesota, they had some wildfires, and I want to say Canada had some wildfires. They were blazing so much that it was a big cloud in New York, and it was affecting the air. And they was telling people not go outside because they couldn't breathe. And I saw content creators who stay in New York, who I follow. They going outside back of their house, going on the back porch, and they looking up. And they like, man, y'all see this? They can't breathe. Can't breathe. You know, and that wasn't that too long ago. Like I said, it probably was a month and a half. And people know I'm telling the truth. I don't tell no lies on this show. I don't. I don't have no reason to tell lie. I'm not in the business for that. I'm in the business for the truth. And that's all I'm gonna tell the truth. It's a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, God don't like ugly. He don't. He don't like a lot of stuff that's going on. So we're seeing a lot of events happening all over the world. And all I can say is just get right, man. We all need to get right, get ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? You know, stop all this hating, talking about folks, race baiting on both sides. You know, we need to come together. Got to come together. It's the only way we're gonna make it. Like I said before in another video, the government ain't helping us. You know, so don't even look for them to save you. You got jobs getting cut, uh, food. You got lettuce going out that's making people sick. Uh, you know, some places ain't got good water, purified water. Man, it's bad. You know, everything's high. Everything's expensive. You got to come out of your pocket for everything. You know, it's just. But everybody want to focus on some dumb shit. You know, that's what they want you to focus on. They want you to focus on something else that has nothing to do with what's really, really out here going on, man, and what's affecting your wallet. And people, you know, some people are easily to be manipulated. You know, some of them just go for the okey doke and the banana in the tailpipe. I'm not one of those. I ain't gonna say I wasn't. You know, when I was younger, I wasn't paying attention to a lot of stuff because I was only focused on what I had going on. And I still do focus on what I have going on, but I do pay attention to what's going on around the world. I do. I think I watch more world news than local news because where I stay in Columbus, you know, the local news is always somebody got shot on this street, somebody got shot on that street. And you know, I'm not from here, so I don't, it concerns me, but at the same time, I don't know these people, you know, who out here getting shot. I just know not to go in those certain areas, you know, but I go out, I try to go get something, and I come back home, you know, where this is my safe haven when I'm at my house. So, but it's bad, man. It's bad out here. I'm just praying for the best, hoping for the best, and we could just all make it through together. I don't even know who's gonna run for president in 2 years from now. Be honest with you, uh, from the Democratic side or the Republican side, I don't know, but I know this shit got to get better, bro. It got to get better. It can't. If it get any worse than this, but all hell gonna break loose. All hell gonna break loose. It get worse than what it is right now, and a lot of other people are expecting it to get worse. You know, experts are expecting it to get worse. I know what God I serve, so y'all just have a great weekend. I'll see y'all in the next video. Gonna cook me some steaks. Well, little steaks that I do got. I'm out.